Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs down a prototype of Exploriana, which is a push your luck style game where 2 to 5 players are organizing expeditions around the world. And the way it works is, at the beginning of every round there is going to be an explorer recruitment phase, where we draw a number of cards based on the number of players, and in reverse turn order, every player grabs one. So, I am a bit more famous at the beginning because I'm the first player, so Jen could take the photographer, the medic, or the geographer. She's the blue player. And I think she likes the photographer. A little bit more expensive to use this guy, but a really nice power of being able to take 2 picks of cards when normally you'd only be able to grab 1. This could be very nice for her. So she claims that. She leaves either the medic or the geographer for me, and whichever one nobody takes is going to get a coin to try and make it a little bit more attractive in the next round. So, do I want the medic? Turn over the top card of the deck, ignore any hazards you reveal. And well, that's not bad. Geographer, look at the top 2 cards. I want to be able to see what's coming. All right, so I will take the geographer. All right. And like I said, a coin goes for the medic. Maybe somebody will take you next time, medic. After that is done, we are now going to start sending our explorers. And in a 2-player game, we have 2 explorers each, plus an extra rival explorer. You do not do this at 3, 4, or 5 player counts. You just do it at the 2-player count. And let's see, I am first. So I can send myself or my rival explorer out. Ultimately, I'm going to send all 3 of them to either South America, Africa, or Asia. But my rival has to be my first or my second placement. Now, where should I go? Well, we can see right off the bat that in South America, there is a treasure and an animal that has already been discovered. They're just waiting to be collected. And in Africa, we've got a map and an animal, and over here in Asia, the most dangerous. South America is the least dangerous. Asia is the most dangerous. We've got a map and an orchid, the rarest of cards, which can be worth a ton of points. Now, as part of setup, everybody gets 3 secret objective cards. That's in a 2-player game. With fewer players, you only get 2, but in a 2-player game, you get 3. So, I want to have 14 or more coins at any point to be able to score 4 points. And I start with 6. And if I look over here, this treasure gives me 4 coins right off the bat. So just based on that alone, I probably want to be the first into South America so that I can grab that treasure and start working towards this particular objective. My other objective, collect cards with the rockfall hazard, which there aren't any. There's wrong turns and animal attacks, but no rockfalls. And collect a map from each region. Those are the 3 things I'm after. And there is a map over here in Africa and one in Asia as well. Okay, I definitely want that money. So I'm going to send my first explorer to be the first person to explore South America so I can get first dibs on that sweet, sweet cabbage for my sweet, sweet mission. All right, now, Jen, she's thinking about the same stuff. She's got a few. She wants to get a lot of wrong turns. So Asia might be pretty attractive to her. But it's also so dangerous. Just sitting right there. But you know what? She'll do it anyway. I think she's, her photographer is going to help her deal with that danger. No problem. Okay, so that was Jen's first. And so now I must play my rival before I can place my last. And let's see here. I will put my rival. Let's see, I could have him be the first to go to Africa, but I'm planning on going to Africa as well. Yeah, I'm going to send him to Africa so that hopefully he can kind of blaze a trail for me and take the risk that I don't want to take because he'll end up going there first. And now Jen, she's got her rival and her other one to play. So where's her rival going to go? What the heck? She will, right, if she doesn't want me to get first, so she'll have her rival go first. And I'm like, okay, both these rivals, between the 2 of them, they're all but guaranteed going to take that map before I can get there. If I want to get that map, because I've got this objective about getting a map from every region, I could be the second person into Asia. But what are the chances? Jen goes first. She might take that before I can get it. That's a bit of a risk. You know what? I don't think I'm feeling particularly... Although, I do have my geographer who helps me mitigate that risk hugely. What the heck? I will go for it. I'll take a chance. And now Jen, she can go one more place. Yeah, what the heck? She'll go on ahead and see what Africa has to offer after the 2 rivals have gone. All right, so we have finished sending our explorers, and now we begin exploring. First, we resolve South America, then Africa, and then Asia. I'm here all alone. I am the first one in, and now I can start exploring. And what happens is I can take as many actions as I want until I either stop and collect some cards, or I bust. And you bust, and the main action you're going to do is draw more cards and reveal them to try to get more and more collections of treasures. Because if I stop at any time prior to there being 5 cards, I want to push my luck and get 5 cards out here, because that means I get 2 picks, which can give me a lot of cards. If I stop ahead of time, then I only get 1 pick, and I won't get as many cards. And you guessed it, this is a set collection game. You want to collect lots of animals and lots of treasures and lots of maps and lots of orchids and lots of environments too. So I'm going to push my luck a little bit. And the things I can do is I can push my luck, draw another card. I can just stop whenever I want and take what's there. I can spend the money I put into my geographer if I need him, or I can spend money to hire a local guide. This costs $3. I want to save my money because of my objective, so let's get going. First of all, I'm going to push my luck. It's totally safe for this first one. Okay, now things are a little bit more dangerous. There is now a map and an animal and a treasure, and I want that treasure. So if I stopped right now, I could take 1 pick, which means I'd either get the animal or the map or the treasure, or I could rescue this lost explorer. You can see in each one of the regions, there's a lost explorer. These are worth 2, 3, or 4 points randomly. You don't know because it's all face down. So I could stop right now and get what I came for, the money. But remember, if I can get 5 cards out here, I don't just take 1 thing, I can take 2 things. So like I could take the explorer and the map, or the explorer and all the animals that have explored. Animals unique, and you collect all the animals that have come out. Or say this treasure and this lost explorer right there. But here's the thing, it's risky because there are 2 ways you can bust. If 3 cards with the same obstacle come out, that's a bust. That's why Asia is so dangerous. If one more wrong turn comes out, there's a bust right there. The other way you can bust is if 3 cards with different obstacles come out. So if a wrong turn comes out, that'll be 3, and I'll bust and I'll get nothing. So do I push my luck and draw another card? Because if I can draw 2 more, I can get a really big payday. I'm brave. I'm a brave explorer. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Nothing. No obstacle. And now there's 2 animals. So if I did a pick, I could get both animals plus the treasure. Do I go one more time? It worked out once. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Oh, no! Okay. All right. So I bust. 1, 2, 3. If I had paid the $2, I would have looked at this. I would have looked at the next one. I would have seen, oh, this is bad news. And I could have ducked it. And now if they were both bad news, it would have been fine, because then I could have paid $3 to cover up one of these so I wouldn't have to worry. But I pushed my luck, and for my trouble, I get nothing. Ouch. Ouch. So I end up being lost myself. There was already an explorer lost. Now this represents me being lost. 2 lost explorers. All these cards go away and they get shuffled back into the deck. I should... no! Oh, that was terrible. And there is no consolation prize. So I've wasted that. Oh! All right, wait, that was that. Let's move on to Africa. Now, we've got the rivals going before Jen goes. The rivals, you only use them in a 2-player game, and they're super simple. All they do is they always draw 1 card. And if they don't bust, then whoever put the rival there just takes 1 card and gets rid of it. So if you can figure out what your opponent is after, you can remove that from them. Let's see. So... you know what? Oh, I want that money, but I'm not going to be exploring Africa this time. I don't want Jen to have that money, so I'll say the rival just took this. It's out of the game. So my rival's done. Now Jen has a rival. The rivals always draw 1, and it didn't bust. Oh my gosh, it's a second tribal mask. Wow. I shuffled the heck out of these cards. Anyway, so now Jen gets to pick what the rival is going to take away. And Jen will have the rival get rid of one of the... Jen wants that map. So Jen will have the rival get rid of the animal. She doesn't care about animals right now, but she's getting rid of... Now it's safer for her to explore. She'll push her luck a little bit because it's totally safe. Now it is not totally safe. If you saw how here, if Jen pushes her luck and draws a wrong road, a wrong turn, she will bust. And Jen just saw how bad I busted. She is not going to. She's going to stop. If there were 5 cards out, she would get 2 picks, but since she's stopping now, she only gets 1. She'll take this treasure, which will be worth 1 point at the end of the game and is worth 5 coins right now. And I'm like, no! So Jen just puts this in her treasure pile, and the other stuff stays. Now, if Jen had taken stuff to where there were less than 2 cards left, we would draw one, because at the beginning of an Explorer, there's always 2 cards there. But as it is, this snake, this cobra, and this map are still waiting for somebody to grab. And I do want to grab that map. All right. So, meanwhile, over here in Asia, Jen is up first. And, like I said, this is about to bust right now. Here's where Jen will spend that 5 she just got. There's 2 and change. To deploy her photographer. This is a one-time use. You can stop and take 2 picks regardless of the number of cards. Normally you have to get 5. Jen's going to take 2 picks. She'll just take both of these, thanks, because she wants that map and she wants that orchid. Nice. So that's worth 2 points. But if you get 1 of each type of the 3 colors of orchid, you get 9 more, so that's 15 total. Plus, if Jen does that, she gets an additional 4. So, Jen's got her first orchid. Now she wants to find an orchid in Africa and South America. Plus, there's a set collection element. The more maps you get, the more points you get. So, Jen did very well. And now, because there's nothing, before I explore, 2 more things get revealed. And this is my last. Oh, and there's another orchid. But Jen's already got her Asian orchid. She doesn't need another one. So, I can go again. And come on, look at that. Ah! Do I push my luck? Or do I just stop, get a single orchid, or get a single animal? No. I'm going to push my luck, and things are going to go my way. Oh, gosh. Ah, okay. So, it went my way. If I push my luck again, either now it's not looking good. If I draw a lock slide or I draw a wrong turn, I'll either get 3 of a kind or 3 uniques, and I will bust. And remember, Asia is the most dangerous. There are only 18 cards, and 15 of them have hazards. There are only 3 blanks in all of Asia. So I should stop. I should stop and take 1 pick, which I could be 2, 3, or 4 points, or an orchid, or all of the animals, so I get the tiger and the cobra, which would be worth 5 points. At least I'd get something this round. Or I can spend $2, take a look at my geographer, take a look at the next 2. Okay, I bust so bad, I'm not going to go again. I'm just going to go for a single pick. I get all these animals. Hey, that's 5 points. Although, unfortunately, none of my objectives want animals. All right, and so at the end of that, we have a new one. Oh, and by the way, at the end of this, 2 new ones should have been put out. A llama and some mountainous terrain. So, that was the end of the first round. And I must have bumped my renown. Nobody earned any renown. But there is, renown is a score that keeps track of turn order. Jen didn't get any renown, so I'm going to be first player next round, which means I'm going to have first dibs on another photographer, a medic, who's got some cash on him, and a detective. But at the end of a round, and when you're playing a 2-player game, in the same way that there are these rivals, there's a rival for renown. They always move up 4. So, at the end of the game, whoever has the most renown gets a big bunch of points. Currently, the dummy player is going to get that, unless we start trying to collect renown like crazy. Like, say, getting this would get us 4 renown, as an example. So, anyway, we're about to start the next, and we've got the draft again to get an extra. I've still got my geographer. Jen doesn't have any because she used her photographer, and that's gone. And what are my objectives? Okay, I got no maps. I didn't get any more money, and I got no rock slides. No, okay, at least I got 1 rock slide. If I can get 3 more rock slide objectives, I can score that one as well. And so if I look around, hey, if I go to Asia again, or Africa, I can get a rock slide and an animal. So I'll probably want to go here to get this animal rock slide. And I want maps. I still don't have any. Oh yeah, and I definitely want to go. Oh, I want to go to Africa. I want to get that rock slide and that map. But before I choose that, do I take the medic and get an extra $1? Maybe I do, because I'm just trying to make money as fast as I can. Right, so I'll take that. And then Jen, she's left with a photographer or a detective. She will pay big money for the photographer. Nobody wants the detective. Better luck next time. And we are ready to start our next round of exploration. First, we gotta deploy. I know I want to go here. Then Jen has to go based on what her objectives are. And we continue. The game goes like this until one of these decks is emptied out. That triggers the end. And then we score points for all the different types of cards we got, the set collection of the orchids and the maps, the points we got off of treasures and animals, etc., etc. And that, folks, is a quick rundown on Exploriana, which is fantastic. Super sharp game, lots of fun, very exciting, very tense right up to the end. And that is Exploriana, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.